Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fun and Filth Cabaret, Mr. Chris Martin.
Yay! Yes, hello, Radio 1. You guys well? Yes, I've got a famous man's name. It's annoying. It's the worst thing in the world, having a famous person's name. My mum always reminds me of it. She's the worst. She always goes to me, Christopher, so your namesake, the lead singer of Coldplay, is married to Gwyneth Paltrow, one of the most famous women in Hollywood. Why can't you get a wife like that? Why can't you get a wife like that? Well, that's not my fault. You're the one that named me Chris. Like, we would not be having this conversation if you'd called me Ricky. So, it's rubbish having a famous man. People are obsessed with celebrities. I like a celebrity myself. Do you know what I like more than celebrities? I love a lookalike. Best thing in the world is a lookalike, a slightly messed up lookalike of someone you know. And I know other people have this. It's happened to me before. The worst one was I was walking down the street in Bristol recently. A drunk man got out of a taxi, walked up to me and went, "Uglier version of Jensen Button." Got back in the taxi. I did not want a round of applause for that comment. Thank you. It wasn't the comment that annoyed me. It was the fact that he got out of a taxi to do this. That would cost him money to say that. How much for an extra stop? £5 bargain, Munster, let's go. But I saw the best one I've ever seen in my life last year. I was on a train, and opposite me, I swear to God, I saw an Asian version of my dad. Feces nearly fell out of my face. I was so excited. I thought, right, I've got to get a photograph of this man. I don't know if anyone here in this room has ever tried to photograph a stranger before. There's a few techniques you may be aware of. One is you do it on your mobile, you pretend to be making a call, you press the button. They're supposed to be cleaning it. Don't do what I did and pretend to be texting that far from my face. Luckily, he wasn't watching, but there was a woman next to me just shaking her head, horrified. I panicked and just went, "He's famous." Rather than ask who it was, she then got out her phone. But the thing is, this happened on the way to meeting my mum for lunch. She is not on the same wavelength as me. I think about stuff way too much. She had to be Christopher. What have you been up to today? I said, like a moron, I thought she'd find this funny. I was like, look, Mum, I've got a photo of this guy who looks like an Asian version of Dad. And she was just like, "Why did I ever let you fall out of my fanny, you idiot?" "That's not funny, Christopher. What if he'd beaten you up? He'd have had the last laugh." So when you think about it, no, he wouldn't. Because if he'd beaten me up, I would have told the police. They'd say, "Can you describe your attacker?" "Even better than that, mate. I can show you my fucking attacker." "And what if he'd smashed your phone up?" "Then I would have taken a picture of Dad along and said it looks like an Asian version of this guy." It's weird. I was thinking about photos the other day. We live in a weird world now, where you go out, there's 100 photos on the internet the next day of you like holding a beer. My grandma's generation was very different. They only photographed special occasions. My grandma showed me her album once. There were like 7 photos in it, all really important. She was like, "That's a photo of me and your granddad in our Sunday's finest. That's a photo of our wedding." It made me think, when I'm a granddad, what the hell am I going to show my grandchildren? It's going to be embarrassing, isn't it? Just there going, well, that's a photo of me pretending to bum my friend Joe, dressed as Superman. That's a photo of a dog with alarmingly massive testicles I saw in the park. That's a photo of an Asian version of your great-granddad. Ridiculous. It's going to be weird. We've become my grandma's age, me and my friends, much more immature. My grandma's a lovely person. She's quite boring. You might have a grandma like me. All she does is watch the news, have a nap. Watch the news, have a nap. Watch the news, take a tissue out of her sleeve, say something racist, have a nap. That's all she does. 24/7. She's a lovely person. She's sweet to her friends and her family. Nowadays, the closer you are to your friends and your family, the bigger a bunch of arseholes you are to each other. The friend-to-bell-end ratio has massively changed, hasn't it? My grandma, very sweet. Didn't like you for another country. That was the difference, to be fair. She said to me, "Christopher, I don't trust the Germans." And I'm thinking, I trust the Germans. I don't trust my mates. Like, no one from Munich has ever tried to draw a knob on my head. No one from Berlin has ever swapped my girlfriend's number for my mum's number in my mobile phone. That's never happened. It's not funny. It's actually quite annoying when that happens. Found out the hard way. Texted what I thought was my girlfriend. "What are you up to tonight?" "Having dinner with your father." "Why are you doing that?" "Well, we love each other very much." "Well, have you slept together yet?" "Well, how else did you think you were born? What is happening to me?" I need to grow up. Do you have a moment where you realise I need to sort my life out? Mine happened a couple of months back. I was sitting in my kitchen. I saw a squirrel come into my garden in the morning, bury a nut, then run away. For a minute, I was thinking, I'm a lucky man to be so close to nature, see such a lovely act. I'm blessed. But at that moment, another part of my brain kicked in and just went, "Move its nut." to a different part of the garden. You need to sort your life out when you start playing practical jokes on a different species, don't you? Glad you guys laughed. Someone said that was cruel the other day. That's not cruel. Cruel is capturing a hedgehog, spray painting it blue, taking a photograph of it, then tagging it on the internet as Sonic. That is cruel. I've not done that, although it is on the to-do list of things to do. But 5 minutes of giggling to myself later, that bit in my brain kicked in again and just went, that's quite a good prank. Do you know what'd be better? If you swap that nut for a wasabi pea. It's not even the dumb bit. The dumb bit is I went out of the house to buy the wasabi peas for this. An idiot. You guys have been lovely. Before I go, this is the last thing I'll tell you. Is anyone else, I watch too many action films and it messes with my head, especially when I'm in bed alone. Is anyone else like me, in their head, start planning what they do if a killer broke into their bedroom? I'm an idiot, right? I'm a sad bastard. I've planned what I'd use as a weapon, what cool one-liner I'd say. I now know if somebody walks in, I'd pick up my clock, say, don't be alarmed, then smash them in the face. You guys be lovely. Have a great festival. Hey!
Ladies and gentlemen of Edinburgh, make some noise for Chris Martin.